Alrighty. Stream is ready. Alien and May are supposed to move into this VC with me, but they're being dumb and not doing it. But yeah, we're going to be talking about basically COA Qualifiers, some of our strategies and stuff like that. Whenever they join. Bruh. I literally told them like 5 times to move. And then I pinged them, and I'm like, move. And they're not moving, still. I'm gonna scream. Oh my god. I could just move them in, probably. But I don't want to do that.
Are you streaming?
Yes, I am streaming.
We were having a great story time and you interrupted.
I was the one that forced all of you into VC. Because you guys agreed to this.
Is the stream up?
Yes, the stream is up. That
Thank
is why.
you. If I didn't ask you, you were just not gonna tell us.
I told you multiple times I'm going into streamer VC and starting the stream.
And then you said I hadn't started the stream. You said, I asked how you started, you said no. And then you said
No, I said I did. The only time I said I wasn't starting the stream is when we were in the other VC.
Okay, whenever.
Anyways, just go 1v1 funv or something.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to hop up?
I'm literally in IDV.
IDV's a bad game. You want to go play Pokemon?
Alright. Anyways.
Pokemon is bad life.
So, the point of this stream is basically...
Dude, our psychic link is too strong at this point. It needs to be stopped.
I literally said they could join the stream VC if they wanted to.
Dude, Kelly's here. And then there's Green. And then there's...
Okay, the reason I moved everyone is so that, like, stream VC, when you're in stream VC, you are on stream.
But if they're talking, that's the thing. But if Green was just going there to chill and talk, then why'd you move?
I didn't move anyone.
You just said you moved them.
Wait, my KDBOT.
Yes,
I asked Funv to tell you guys to
The
move.
difference is basically she's streaming right now, so now any new person that joins can know it's a stream.
Yes.
Oh, were you responding to someone?
I'm like, you know, now.
Okay, but
So what are we doing
basically,
now?
just talking about the tournament.
Oh my fucking god, why is it like
Hey, Rainbow Kelly.
That Shack alien. I tell him that she's at Shack and he just goes top broken.
I love how this stream is just like super professional and there's literally me doing my laundry and then there's Fun V.
Alright, well, I think it's time to start answering people's questions.
LMAO.
So,
So
basically, this stream is here just because I'm too lazy to make a proper video. She's behind Shack.
so I make fun
She's
of your
behind
mic. So
Shack.
fun of your mic.
Behind.
Come on, I'm too tempted to make fun of your mic wind. I'm sorry. Continue.
deal with it, because this is my way to stream with voice.
Please.
I literally told him like 5 times where you are, and he's just like, oh, where's Fungi?
So, what are we doing here?
Alright, so, we're gonna be talking about the COA Qualifiers, talking about some of our strategies in this round of COA.
Oh, you are trying to get 10 people.
I love how fun. This is gonna be a long stream, dude.
This is gonna be a long stream.
Yeah, see, look, if we're trying to actually answer things, then you shouldn't have moved anyone downtown.
I literally didn't move anyone.
Just go. Funny. When we're answering questions,
Yeah.
be quiet. That's literally.
Okay, so basically, like, first round, before you won the coin toss, so they picked Leo's. It's not a map that we practiced very much, but it is a map that they practiced. So, they were trying to get an advantage on us with that, you know? So, Nay, Alien, wanna have anything to say? That's kind of cool. Have anything to say about like what went wrong?
No, the reason, I believe, so before you went Leo's, because it's not a hunter-sided map, and if they drill, and it's not that it's an advantage because they're a lot more familiar with it, whereas other teams, no one practice. It's pretty gimmicky, but it worked really well with us, because we never, Leo's is not a map that you ever really expect to want to practice. We did a little bit to be safe, but not near as much as they did. Though
it's not something we were really expecting.
Small throws really, because the thing is, you cannot really. It's really hard to win on that map. But whenever whenever Miri died on top of the forward fight for Shaq, and then Miri got her bot killed, Spencer did a really good job capitalizing there, which, pretty much spiraled out the game. And then some mistakes in the mid game kiting, it really teed Spencer up for it. And overall, there's things that we really could have improved on because it was a tieable game. But the game, I'm proud, the ability to not get foreman and really communicate through there, it did go well.
Yeah.
And getting the one-man escape. And then as for Alien, he played well, pretty decent on that game. The issue is with Leo's, you can't really, in the position he was, he couldn't really pressure any ciphers to win. But if he had gone if the blink on Roland worked, all he has to do is blink on Roland, kill him there, but he failed the blink. If it went through, you blink on Roland, you kill Roland there, and then if you go over and you blink on then you can blink on Schmitty's forward, and it's a 3-man. But the failed blink really just spiraled out. I mean, really kind of prevented that.
It's a server-sided map, right? So it's a server-sided map, but it's not like Hospital. It takes more work for it to be a server-sided map. Hospital's easy. Everyone knows that map. Everyone gets that map. You just run to Hospital, and there you go. So Hospital's easy to kite, and people have been playing on it since season 1. Leo is a map. It's a server-sided map if you practice it. So if you practice it, it's going to be broken for servers. Like a Dreamwatch really can't win on that map if you practice it. But when you're facing teams, they know the server. No one is practicing it. So basically, they could get the edge on us by doing that. That's what they did. You see more in professionals in China, like in IPL, they will never go Leos because those teams are professional players. They know every map. They know every spawn, even on Leos. They know how to export Leos to make a suicide map, so there's no benefit for them doing it. But they only practice Leos for like a month and a half, obviously. That's been their strat. And while we wasn't, because Leos is not an expected map to see first round. So it doesn't benefit any hunter.
Yeah. Alien, people were interested in knowing why you decided to ban Merc instead of Seer, Mechanic, your usual forward ban.
So people ask me why did I ban Mechanic? I always ban Mechanic on my streams. I ban Mechanic. I do. However, that's because I'm not playing Dreamwatch. If I'm playing Dreamwatch, I'm not going to ban Mechanic. Because that's just not a thing you usually do as Dreamwatch. It doesn't... make much sense usually as Dream. So that's why I didn't ban mechanic. Seer, it's a gimmicky strat, to be honest. It's just a gimmicky strat to ban Seer. Seer is really a tie form. You can kill the mech with Blink, and that's all you can do. You can't win the game. It's only if you're playing map like Leo's where you practice and the other team hasn't, so that leads them to making small mistakes like we made, so you can scrap out a 3-man. Even in that game with the mistake we made, it was still tieable against Sprinter. It's just, it's just a couple too many mistakes. So it was a 3-man and we lost. But that's why I didn't ban Seer. Seer's a decent ban, but it's for ties. Forward, to be real, I think most people who are looking at this know why I did not ban forward against B4U. So I don't have to get into that. And Mercenary, I banned Mercenary specifically because when you don't have a Mercenary as a Dream Witch, it helps her snowball the game a lot better because their in-game is a lot weaker. Or in-game is one hit. Exactly what Mayhem said. If I blink on the Gravekeeper, right, and then I blink on the forward, that's a 3-man, right? And I didn't do anything before the Cypher's pop. That's a 3-man. If that's Mercenary instead of a forward, there's nothing I can do. Because if I blink on the Merc, he's just going to run to gate because, he's a Mercenary that he counters the Tintin. So that's actually the exact reason why I banned Mercenary, and it would have worked to clutch out my win if I didn't show my win. So
Go Factory.
That's the best way I can put why I banned Merc. It's just that one play right there shows.
Yeah, and another question someone had was, why did you always, end up going just for Seer? Both matches, I guess? Because, as Dream Witch, some people are like, okay, you can just go on the map, find Mechanic, and then kill her quick since she's, the easiest target and everything.
Yeah, so that's true. The reason why you don't do that as a Dream Witch, when you ban a Rescue as Dream Witch, the reason why he found the map first, that's just a lucky spawn. That's a good spawn. But let's say he didn't find that. He would steal. That was always a strat. The reason why he can do that is because he banned Seer, so that makes the map much weaker. So that means map with no Seer, you can just kill her instant because he has no self-defense. But once you add the Seer into the team comp, Mech can actually fight you inside when you have a Seer. So the difference between chasing a Seer and a Mech is not really a difference at all in these games. There's no difference. Either one, if you're a good player, at the end of the day, you're going to kite around 3 ciphers. I think I killed Paul in 50 seconds or something. It wasn't quite 3 ciphers, but it was still a decent kite. And why did I chase Seer and Sculptor? It's because the Priestess is at Big Boat, so I can't chase her. And the Explorer counters Quenching Thirst. So when my 50 seconds were up, it's up to Seer, unless I'm chasing a Mercenary. So I had no other choice because of my bad spawns. And they're good spawns in that game.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to get into. I don't have the exact, I'm trying to get it, but I can say the odds, so I think it was Spencer got spawns, on Leo's, he got spawn 7, I believe, and on Lakeside, he got spawn 6. And the odds, I can run the odds there in a second. I did the math the other day, I just kind of forgot it. But the odds of that are really low, which did actually hurt us a bit, is getting spawn 6 and getting spawn 7 and spawn 6. And then on top of that, you're spawning on top of the ideal target. And those are the two best hunter spawns you can get on those maps. And so the odds of spawning on top of the ideal target is 0.25%. And the odds of actually spawning on Lakeside, that's a 14% chance, and the odds of spawning on Mech on Leos out of that spawn is an 11% chance. So getting them back to back, the number becomes very small chance. And then you align that with the fact that Alien got the worst spawn on Lakeside. That is something that did actually hurt us a bit. I won't lie. I'm not here to make excuses, but both games were basically unwinnable because of the spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, all
It's
three
really
games.
important. It's really important to note that it's not. At the end of the day, our team played our best, but we know we can play better. I know, especially, we all know I had a tie that game. I had a tie and I messed up, and I never had a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
Because
Small boat.
because of the spawn, I just never had a chance to win because I'm teleporting to the seer. If he's decent, he's gonna kite me, like 50, 60 seconds, and then it's a tie, and there's nothing I can do. Brincer spawned on top of the only person he can chase, and he found her in 2 seconds because he spawned literally on top of the embalmer. So, while it's not really much of an excuse, but it is very important to talk about that because spawns do play a major factor into these games. And people think, oh, it's just whoever best team and you win. And that skill has a lot to do with it. But when those spawns are that different in one team's favor, it really does matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's most of it with the first round. Another question people were asking me, like, why did we pick Lakeside second round? Like, Lakeside is a map that we've been practicing for a while. Like, our team was practicing it, especially for second and third round. So, why did we pick that map instead of, like, any other map, really? I mean, there's, like, Sacred, Factory, Church, anything else. Why Lakeside?
So we picked Lakeside because of our team comp. We went triple rescue and Balmer, right? We were always going to go super rescue heavy team comp with Wildling second round because that's just the meta. That's a really, really good team comp, and we figured that out before any other team did. And it's a really strong team comp. In my opinion, it's the strongest team comp in the game. And for that to work, you don't want to pick a map like Church or Arms. Those maps aren't good for it. A map like Lakeside is very good for it because it's spaced out. And actually the specific reason it's good is because of the spawns. Because it's so spaced out and the spawns are so inconsistent, that usually means the Embalmer is never going to get spawned on top of. But that just didn't happen in that game. So, like, if you choose Church, right, everyone knows there's a high chance that the Embalmer can just get top broken or something. And the Hunter spawns in Reception. So then there's nothing the Embalmer can do. The game is already over. Lakeside, the pro to Lakeside, was that wouldn't happen. But obviously it did happen.
I mean, we got, like, the single
worst,
spawn.
That's the single worst survivor spawn in the entire map, and we got it, so.
Yeah, Alien, if you... How do I put it? I'm trying to do the numbers here. That's a 0.2% chance of happening, of Spencer getting those spawns and then you getting yours. The probability is 0.2%.
Yeah, 0.2% of that. So those are chances that we take. It's not that I'm really mad we picked Lakeside. Because there was a 0.2% chance that this situation would happen. And I really do feel that if we got decent spawns, we don't need amazing spawns. We don't even need, like, of course, if Embalmer's in Big Boat, I think it's a guaranteed win because I trust in my players. I trust in Merc and Wilding to not get killed, and then you're not going to really chase the Embalmer in Big Boat, so I trust in Green to kite for the win. And I really think we could have won. But even if we got decent spawns, with the way our team played, cuts Wilding with his pushes, and then overall the entire team, we would have been in a position where we can win that game. But with that spawn, we got close. We did the best we can do with that.
And, like, I guess, like, along with the map,
This is the only
I think-
time I ever enjoy math, by the way. I hate math any other time. I just had fun doing... I'm finding some fun in probability. It's interesting.
Yeah, and, like, I guess, like, along with the map, I think a lot of people saw Triple Rescue and Balmer and were just like, what the heck? Like, what kind of team comp is that? It is a team comp we've figured out and we're practicing a lot. It's a really good comp because it pretty much guarantees a tie, at the very least, if Embalmer's the first kite. If anyone else, I mean, like, no one else is really particularly chaseable in that comp.
Only forward somewhat.
Yeah,
but
forward somewhat,
forward
but he's gonna kite
forward
well.
And the other
It
thing
brings
is,
broken windows. You have to remember
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Ford is using broken windows.
so broken windows forward. And the other thing is Embalmer, this is something kind of I noticed, is Embalmer has normal decoding speed. So if you are chasing forward or anyone else, the Embalmer is decoding at a normal speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like those camping hunters and stuff. Like, it helps survivors conserve their resources, especially for endgame, because if endgame, even if you kill the Embalmer, if you have a wildling with his boar, full health Merc with his elbow pads, and then a forward with full football, and broken windows, like, you can still win that game, you know?
You can
So-
easily kite to dungeon or gate because the Embalmer doesn't need to be rescued because he can use the coffin and then he can just let himself die. So it means the Merc has all their elbow pads, the Wildling has the pig, and the Ford still has all their football with broken windows. It's very easy, even with detention. At that point, it's really easy to kite to dungeon or
Mhm.
gate and still win the game.
Yeah, because
So
you just have so many
when you saw
easy
it versus
resources.
Bloody Queen, it does work versus Bloody Queen again because, like they said, if Embalmer gets a good spawn, yeah, I mean you can pretty much outplay it. But it's really strong against Sculptor and Bonbon because one thing it does do is you do bring teleport because of the coffin. You have to bring teleport because of the Embalmer. But let's say the Embalmer is a good distance, you cannot teleport to the Embalmer because the Embalmer just kites away from the coffin. They don't have to kite that long. As long as it kites from the coffin, there's nothing you can really do because if they just coffin back, you're across the map. And you have to walk, and if you're a Sculptor or a Bonbon, that's kind of a walk of shame you have to take all the way back to Big Boat and redo your chase. So you can't teleport to them. You actually have to walk upon them. And for Bloody Queen, like you saw, a good spawn, it killed the Embalmer quick. That game's not winnable. But let's say Embalmer does get a good spawn. Again, you can use your mirror to kind of mirror to them, mirror back. But with Bloody Queen does not have the ability to capitalize like Bonbon and Sculptor do on rescues or anything. And she gets Cypher rushed a lot harder.
She's Clown House Alien.
So it does work it does work really good against Bloody Queen too if you get the ideal spawns. Again, it's very gimmicky, but it works a lot better than what you guys saw this weekend with the right in normal circumstances.
Yeah. So why did Dreaming not use the coffin the second time she was downed when he used Mirror? She's upstairs, Alien. Upstairs.
Yeah, that was one thing that should have happened. Why?
Yeah.
I forget the reasoning for why they didn't.
So
I
Fumby
figured
said,
out that was why.
yeah,
Because
Fumby
I
said they didn't have enough
enough
ciphers.
so I wanted to use the extra time from the tide.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Because we
sense.
just didn't have enough cipher. We had a full cipher that I had to work on as Mercy.
It's not upstairs. What are you talking about?
She was, and then she vaulted. She's on the coaster now.
You guys like an old. You guys, dang it, Edna.
But yeah, I mean, personally, I don't know. I think I still would have, You're so cheap. Personally, I think I still would have called for the coffin play. Simply because that way, like, Merc can just continue decoding and forward, and Wildling can try to harass a bit. I mean, he has 15 seconds of tide and a Wildling to help him out a little bit. So
Yes. Yeah.
I get
that's
I understand like both ideas, I guess. You know.
Yeah, again,
The
I think
coffin wasn't. It wasn't far away.
Yeah, it wasn't
enough
far.
for it to make a big difference. Even if she coffins, the Bloody Queen can walk to it and kill her. So it's still the only difference is that people have more of their resources. So maybe you can try to kite to do the 3-man, but it's still more than likely a tie. If the coffin was that big boat, then it could make that big difference. So
Yeah.
it was still more than likely a tie, even if you coffin or not.
Yeah. Let me see. I think that's like most of the questions that people had. I don't know if anyone in the stream chat right now has any more questions in addition to that.
One thing is, I would say that I was slated to play Mad Eyes, but because it was Lakeside, it just didn't really work out. So Alien said no.
Mm-hmm.
I know I could have 4-man them with Mad Eyes. You know it too. And Mad Eyes is
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, look at me. Did you saw I won that rank match this morning? It's on stream. Go follow me. Watch my Mad Eyes gameplay. I'm godly.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't dude, Alien, I didn't even need to chase anyone. I just sat on my walls all game and walled a barmaid to death, dude. Tell me, if that's not Chad energy, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I guess this is just gonna become a Q&A stream. Did Daku really hold AFO at gunpoint to join Legacy?
Your mic's bad. Repeat it.
Did Daku really hold All for One at gunpoint to join Legacy?
We don't know. Daku's a scary little kid. I don't know. I mean, I know he's wanted in like 4 states, but we don't really talk about that. So
He's what in 4 states?
Wanted.
He's on the run.
To Paula, yeah, we did talk about why he
I mean, I
chased
think
Seer
so.
both games. Basically,
I'm going to corner.
with the spawns and the rotations, and the fact that there's just a Seer on the team, a mechanic would have still been able to kite 3 ciphers. So with Patrol or Alien, might as well just go ahead and chase the Seer.
My Lake's a very good player. To be honest, Paul in the kite, Paul gave me a free hit because I hit him before he even had his owl up, and he could have owled. He got it in time, and if he does that, it's over. Because it was my leech. I was scared that he was going to do that, but he didn't. And I killed Paul in decent time. And if it's between that or Leg, you don't even know where Leg is at. Leg could, for me, so I'd rather take my chances against Paul, honestly, as Seer in that area, because that area was
Not the strongest.
Yeah, it wasn't a strong area, and I was able to get a free hit off of it. Not for Leg's mechanic and Leo's.
Yeah.
I dodged it.
Yeah, his Cypher Rush was good.
What'd you say?
Yeah, the Cypher Rush was good. It was.
I don't even know. I don't even know Leo's spawn.
Do you know any spawns?
I mean, on the other maps, I do know it. I know it by heart. It's like Orange Factory. I've done it so much, I basically know it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't studied spawns, but I basically know it. Or like church, of course I know that. But like something like Leo's, I don't even know. Like in other maps, I know where to start looking. Basically, on Leo's, I don't even know. I just walk until I find someone. I hope it's someone good. And it was Seer, so I'm like, okay, I guess.
I kind of want to make a point. For Leos, it's not special. Like I made the spawn like in the rotation stuff, but then like it's the thing about how big the map is. Even if you know the spawns, you're not gonna be at the spawns by the time you get there. You need time to get there, and you can't hide just because there's so many obstacles in that map. It's like a different situation than everything else. Not a different situation, but one of the more special situations.
Yeah, it's kind of a special map. And there's a reason it's not as commonly used in competitive. Like, it's not a popular pick.
Yeah. It's one of
It
those
doesn't
things
help. It doesn't help the hunter or the survivor. Maps that are picked more than usually are maps that help the hunter. That's why Ever Sleeping is the most picked map. Competitively, because it helps the hunter, it helps the dream witch. Okay, or if it's third round, it helps the survivors because it's strong kiting. You know, you want to help either serves or hunters. So hospital, okay, it helps the serve. Okay, Ever Sleeping Arms, okay, it helps the hunter. But or you could pick a map like Church where it kind of helps both. But a map like Leo's, it doesn't. It helps serves, but not enough. It puts hunters at too much of a weakness for it to actually make sense to use it.
Yeah, I mean, again, like you said at the very start of the stream, it's a survivor-sided map if you know how to use it. Because at the end of the day, it's a big map. The only real advantage you get on Cypher pressure on Leo's is a middle-of-the-map death, which kind of goes for a lot of maps, but especially Leo's. If you do get a kill in the middle of the map, and you're like a Dream Witch, you can capitalize. The problem is, like, you know, most disciplined teams, they aren't going to die in middle. You know, again, with Miri and her mech, there was, you know, a lack of communication. If she went in that, because Paul hit with a leech, if she did go in portal, or if she simply called for stun from green, she can get over to that corner, and the Dancer physically can't win that game. Similar to how Alien, basically, it just came down to he could have won from an in-game kind of clutch play, not from him pressuring or doing anything with the game. Because you physically can't pressure ciphers from there.
Yeah.
They pick Leo's memory and they've been practicing it, and it's like you don't understand how easily we could have just won that first round if you really think about it. Because in the first round, they should have at least tied Spencer's Dream Witch. If Green stuns right there and she can get the corner or she can get the super portal, it's a tie for us. You know, so that should be a tie. Then I had a 3-man if I hit the blink because I banned the Merc. I have the 3-man. Well, he wouldn't be able to get that because he banned Seer, and that hurts endgame. So I easily could have 3-man. They easily could have tied, and then you know it's a much different situation. But
you didn't.
Again, hindsight's 2020. So
Yeah.
like one tiny mistake from Serve was really Miri not calling for Green to stun right there so that she could get distance. And it's only the spawn, there's no leech on her. So that'd be big. And then me missed and I messed it by the game really messed me over.
Yeah. I mean that's why communication like for survivors is just so important because it's like such small things that can screw you up. It's like literally like just that one tiny thing of Miri saying, "Hey Green, can you stun for me so that I can go through portal?" Or "Hey Green, can you stun for me so that I can go to Moongate?" And like that could have changed the game. So it's I mean
again, so like I said, hindsight's 2020. So a lot of these things, you know, you gotta just look at and say, okay, we gotta work. You know, we gotta go hard on this mistake next time. It's little small things.
Yeah.
Another thing is a lot of these mistakes you won't see in like let's say like IVL. It's because if you play enough, if you're a salaried player and you practice and you practice every day almost 24/7 and you play every weekend or whatever scheduled date, these mistakes eliminate by around like I think Alien's like week 4. It is true. You'll notice like if you watch the summer IVL, Weibo came in and their survivors literally the Merc gets hit on the first mirror by a Bloody Queen, and in that same mirror Terra shocks a Seer off Cypher. And this is the team that actually that season finished, I think, you know, they finished 5th in season. I think they finished 6th in the finals, and then they came in 2nd place in the finals of the autumn IVL. So again, these mistakes, you do, you know, a lot of these are kind of just playing more does iron these things out. Do not get me wrong. But we will, you know, of course, go back over. We go hard. You know, you just you got to take it for what it is. You can't get upset because the past is the past. And, you know, like you know, we were kind of prepared for win or lose. First off, all the support we got from fans was absolutely insane. I've never experienced anything like that in my life.
Yeah, same.
And I never expected to literally go onto a stream and see literally thousands of people spamming like for us.
Yeah. Just like go
That's
legacy, like
very
legacy
surreal
of the world.
feeling, and
Go graveyard alien.
and then the other thing is again, because win or lose, we had a plan for each, and since we lost, we're just really working on, like, you saw the lineup addition of all for one. We're just gonna like kind of adjust, just keep every individual player that we add. We're just gonna everyone that we're using or add or anything, we'll just kind of keep working with them, and then however it feels most comfortable, we just we're gonna take the right steps for the future, because it's not the end at all. It's just we're a new team. We're a new team, and to see us come out and honestly, we competed a lot better than I feared that than we could have done at worst.
Yeah.
So, again, not the end, just the beginning. And I'm in very high spirits, thanks to like the support of the team and the support of the fans.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, people have been like really supportive, and it was just, I don't know. I guess we just weren't used to it.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I've never seen it where it's like, okay, yeah, we lost, but everyone is still spamming for us and like saying we played great, like that.
Yeah.
That's such an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
And then knowing, well, okay, we got all these fans. Next time, let's give them a win.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
Another question is, let's see, do survivor bans rely entirely on the hunter, or do you guys discuss altogether? So,
like, are you talking about like they mean like
who I banned?
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
It's mainly a mutual talk between me and Alien. Alien kind of goes with his heart. I just we discuss the position we're in, the strat, what we need, and what's the best way to achieve that. And then I kind of advise Alien, here's what you should do. If I'm really set on something, I may tell him exactly what to do. But I trust Alien enough as a player to kind of just pick what he, comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it just comes down to if I listen or not.
Yeah.
Because like the Lakeside game, no one knew I was gonna ban Mech and Ford.
Yeah, we thought
told
it
you
was
we thought we were going. I said, let's go Merc. You said, all right, I'm gonna ban Merc. And
yeah, I left that VC
Ford.
before the game. Before I left that VC, and I said, okay, I'm gonna ban Mech and Merc, and they agreed. And then I left, and I get into the lobby. I'm like, I just don't feel it today. I don't feel it. I'm just gonna ban Mech and Ford.
I don't think that was the issue.
Could have made a difference, but really out of that position, it was a tie anyways. It was a 3-man loss.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I mean, it's like, we die on our sword. Like, Alien, you are a hunter for that tournament. Good. They got some luck with the spawns. Alien, you had an off day. But, we just take it for what it is, because we're all friends.
Yeah.
See what made that happen. See what led up to it. And you want to avoid it happening. Okay, we don't do that again. Trust me, we've made some really like blunder calls in the past on what we do. So
yeah,
even though some of these we could have changed small things, end of the day, I don't think much of what we could have changed in terms of strategy would have gone much different.
Yeah, I mean.
Of course, so you will see. We're gonna come in with some different strategies in the future, and I'm excited for. But until then, we'll leave y'all kind of hanging on what we're doing.
For Alien, how do you feel about having another hunter on the roster? I know hunter gets very stressful, even more on tournament settings. So, how does Alien see the new addition?
I like it. I'm excited for it because going into the tournament, there's a lot of stress. And then I got to the tournament. And it was the day of the tournament. We're practicing, just warming up, just playing Dream Wish. And I can feel before the tournament started. And I always get excited. I always try to stay excited and stay positive. But just before the tournament started, I'm playing and just like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but today I just don't feel good. I don't think that I'm going to play well today. It's just I didn't feel good about my performance going like before I played. So I really wasn't surprised with it, unfortunately. I kind of expected it but it's just because there's a lot of pressure.
Oh.
What?
There's a lot of pressure on me, especially, and I play a lot of hunters. Dream Witch and Sculptor I played in the tournament, but then I was number 3 Bon in the server. I was number 3 Axelway. I've been top Bloody Queen. So like that's just 5 of the hunters I play, and it's just keeping 5 hunters at once, and at any given time saying, yeah, you have to go play that hunter in a tournament. It's really difficult to do. Like, even when you look at Sprinter, his lineup was a lot less stressful because it's you play Dream Witch, you play Sculptor, and then Bloody Queen. Bloody Queen doesn't take too much work to maintain, so he just has to maintain Dream Witch and Sculptor, and that's it. And they have Duty, of course, who can play Bon, who can play Axe Boy. He plays the other hunt, and that's how it usually works, because you want 2 hunters so that one hunter doesn't have all of the stress on them. So I think the addition of Ultron for sure is big, because and that's all I'm gonna do is just play Dream Witch. I don't have to play 5 different
For
hunters.
me, it's I'm excited too, because when it comes to members and getting players, we play and what we do, we're very picky. So like going in when we're discussing a new hunter, it's right now in AEU it's hard to pick up hunters that are what we want, because we have, especially for this server, we have a really high standard of who we want, what we'll take for Survivor and Hunter, and really anyone.
Yeah, and it's a small server too, like there's just not as much selection. There's not that many options.
So the big thing for All For One is you look at a hunter that hasn't played, and someone I've worked with before in the past when they're on COA 3 time. So I know how to work with him. I know his strengths and weaknesses, and but coming back, it's we have a lot of time to improve. So pulling it up is just a matter of kind of, it's a restoration project. You get him warmed up again, get him ready, and then you start kind of we're going to tweak his lineup, make sure he plays when we need him to play. And then on the third side, even something always people can really easily forget is we have a really talented player in Pilly. And if we especially want to use Pilly in the future, Pilly's always an option to have on deck. And so when you have 3 really good hunters, you can do.
And then we even have Daku too.
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah, we have Daku too. And I would love to actually try to use Daku in the future, especially if there's one thing I want to work on, especially if there's more tournaments. And I'll try to compete even like scrims and smaller tournaments more too, Alien, is we can actually get out there and we can kind of show variety. We don't have to, go super sweaty. We can let, Pilly go out there and play some fun characters. You can let Daku come out there and play his fun characters. End of the day, just, having players that are, having really talented hunters. Because what the first thing is, in the process of recruiting, this isn't, not every player on Legacy is like this, but I generally...
Small boat.
Small ball.
Okay.
I have a really high preference for veteran players, simply because it's easier to get a veteran player more caught up and kind of...
Are you trying to mind game a sphere?
Especially like competitive veterans. It really helps to have players who, know how to they know how to compete and have the competitive mindset. Because there's a huge difference between a top rank hunter and a top competitive hunter. And they don't always translate over as much as you think. Like, there's some hunters with really high win rates in rank that really pop off. And I know, they are talented hunters, but their mindset and their lineup and what I know that, where I know that they're more comfortable, it's not something, I'm kind of peculiar on that. It's not something that I really want to work with.
What?
So as for All For One, I'm actually more confident in restoring him because I know he's a seasoned competitive player. I've worked with him. I know he can actually achieve a good, he can probably actually exceed even his current, his past peak. So,
and it's a lot of pressure that you have to be ready for as a hunter. That's why getting a season.
That was the most alien reaction I've ever heard from Fun B. What?
Except she wasn't as surprised. She's like, oh. Also, Alien, you brought the build that I played on your account.
Yeah.
Up
I
left
did.
patroller.
I was like, why do I have this? Oh,
Up left
as I would just go
patroller.
with this. But yeah, getting a competitive hunter, because competitive is a lot of pressure, you know. Me being the only hunter in the tournament, when we faced B4U in the winter tournament, we won. That was great. But after 3 rounds of Dreamwitch Sculptor Act, where I won every round, I was just so exhausted. By the time we got to the finals, the first game I lost just because I was just so exhausted. I couldn't play anymore because it's just a lot of stress and a lot of pressure when you're the main person. It's like in COA, you know, we've been training for COA and I come and I lose a game, and a game I know I shouldn't lose, and that's a lot of, you know, you're really disappointing yourself, so you have to be prepared to deal with the competitive scene in tournaments because it's a lot of disappointment, a lot of adversity, but it's really fun to play.
It's fun, but you gotta really be emotionally prepared. You have to be very emotionally trained to play competitively.
Yeah.
Again, one thing that I really do appreciate for Legacy is actually, like, after it, like, I know I already said this, but I can't stress enough, the fan support in the chat before, during, and after the matches, really for me, any blow of, like, disappointment wasn't near even as bad, because, you know, obviously I've had it where I'm the king of messing up in tournaments. And after you get off and they're like, yeah, dude, you just, you know, the whole chat is calling you bad.
10, Alien,
and
10.
then you get back and Alien's like, yeah, you're never playing Gravekeeper again, which is true.
Alien 10.
So, and then after that,
10.
it can really, after that, it can actually really sting. So you got to be prepared with the fact that you're going to still get made fun of. But at the end of the day, you got to realize that most people who make fun of you after a match or call you and your team bad, they're usually not someone who's in a position to do so. Like that does actually, you gotta keep that one into account, because after you lose, it's like most hate you're gonna get is probably like from like an elk. No offense to elks, but it's what I mean is someone who's not actually like they don't know what it's like to play competitively, and they're not someone who's experienced it. Because if you've experienced competitive play, I'm telling you, you're not going to be calling anyone bad or making fun of them openly to their faces.
Yeah.
That's why you just can't pay attention to those types winning. But that comes from myself. It doesn't come from any comment of someone saying, oh, you're bad or whatever. No, that comes from me knowing how much better I could have played. And me feeling like, oh, yeah, I let my team down. I didn't play how I should have. And that loss as COA, that comes from myself and my own discipline. Don't matter. Those people, you know, they aren't in any position to really talk.
Does Mayhem go over the recruiting process himself and then present the prospects to the rest of the team, or how does it go? So usually for like
what did I miss? I was putting on a shirt.
If you
I'm sorry, I was waiting for my shirt to dry. I'm trying to look fancy. I'm gonna meet up with some people. I want to look fancy, bro.
So basically the question is like if you go over the recruitment process yourself and present like the prospects to everyone else, or like how else does it go? So it's kind of like
it's a lot of yelling at each other.
I mean, when we're like, okay, like we have an idea, we want to, or we're considering recruiting someone, and part of it is just, you know, like
eligible.
Yeah, there's a few basic things like, are they old enough? Are they interested in playing competitive? You know, stuff like that. But then like it's also just like sometimes just like someone comes up to us and they're like, oh, we're interested, or sometimes we're looking for someone specific and we reach out to them, or someone's like, oh, I think we should reach out to this person, and then it's kind of like a discussion between like, do we think they're eligible, do we think they're a good fit, is this what we're looking for, or do we think it's worth it? And I mean, it's like mainly between May, Miri, and Alien, and then I input as much as I can, but
and then
they
Junkie
know a lot.
Tries to like basically put anti-input because for some reason he has roles to join the VC.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah,
And he always conveniently comes in when we're making a big decision, and he tries to offer the worst possible advice.
And then he spoils it for everyone else when we haven't made the public announcement yet.
Yeah.
Wind, will you ever play as Survivor for Legacy and tournaments?
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No, I can answer that for you. No.
Nope.
When?
Vital for whenever we have to have an emergency. Excellent job of filling in. But as for competitive,
I'm not a competitive player.
yeah.
No.
Like, I haven't
It's
been
similar to me,
trained. I'm not, like, prepared for that, like, pretty much in any way.
I'm better. I'm a better.
Oh, you're
Okay, you are not a better survivor than me.
You're a better
People
dude,
would
listen
rather
to me.
have me than you.
No, I would
No
just
one-
say.
If it's you or me, because they would rather have me than you. If it's me, they're like,
win so that they wouldn't go like lucky guy.
Shut up.
I'm gonna get blinked on. And you
Anyways, so as for the recruiting process, like, because I'll go a bit more in depth on what you look for. Usually, we have a vision of what we want, and what, like, for example, for me and Alien, and Miri, we decide, like, okay, if we're gonna recruit someone. So if you're talking on the competitive side, it's just what kind of a player profile, the type of that. Are they a newer player? Are they, a more veteran player? Are they are they a kiter? Are they a rescuer? What do they do? Like, do you trust in them? Like, and like any rank experience facing them or playing alongside them, that kind of goes into a factor. And then once we kind of decide, okay, is this someone that we're gonna look at to see if they're interested? Like, is this someone that we'll consider? Then you reach out to them, or one of us reach out to them. You message them and say, hey, you just kind of shoot to them like, hey, look, we're interested in getting a new blank. Are you interested in trying out or something? And that's kind of so you get there, but you look at, can they travel? Like, if you're looking for a COA player, are they of age? Can you play online? Can you practice at our practice time? What's your schedule like? And if we determine that it's a good fit and it works and we can work with you, then we'll move forward and have a tryout. And if your tryout, it's not as pressure intensive as you think. It's just because the important thing about tryouts is if you have someone play with a team, is you can't judge them. I don't judge someone on how they perform. I look for certain traits and what they do in the games, how they play, their game sense. And I kind of see, okay, I can kind of decide if this person has potential, if they have the potential to, be worked with. Because most of the time, you're not happens. It's just, do we feel they have potential? And then the final big thing there is their chemistry with the team, and especially outside the game. Like, we're all good friends here. We all have loads of fun. That's what makes us so enjoyable. Is it's not even work. It's just you're having fun with friends playing a game. So, do we enjoy playing with you? Are you fun to hang around with? Do we trust you?
yeah.
So that really plays into a big factor on the recruiting process. The Legacy family. Now, what do you do? When will we use you? And then we just kind of work and train. What do we kind of set goals for every player on what we want them to play, determining and then we just kind of factor in the direction of the team, and then how we'll use certain players, what you'll have them play, etc. So some players, like Green, for example, me and Alien knew very well about him. We knew who he was, what he could be, and he was one of our. I think he was on the original roster because he was one of the first people. Like, Alien, such as Dreaming, we were just kind of like, well, we think she's good. We've had a good experience. Everyone's had a good interaction with her in rank, and we just kind of asked her, and she showed up to practice, and then we had really little knowledge of her or anything, and then it turns out, she got even better because she actually was such an amazing kiter. We never even anticipated it. And then on top of that, especially as her personality started opening up, then she became, she was already fun to be around, but you could just see her, especially as, the first few weeks, went on, she just became a lot more, energetic and a lot more comfortable. And so it's all a growth process. And you never really, I'm kind of rambling, but that's kind of what we look for. and it doesn't always happen the same way.
One thing you should note that's very important about all of it is we only recruit for a need. Like, if we need something. So, like, when we recruited Dreaming, we weren't just looking for a survivor. We actually specifically needed a kiter. So we only looked at kiters and we saw Dreaming and she worked and then she's better than we expected. But that's why we got Dreaming. All for One, for example, we kind of saw the pressure was a lot for me in COA. So we said, why don't we get another hunter that can take the pressure off of me? And obviously All for One's All for One. So we got All for One. So we got Pilly. That's because we wanted another hunter, just another great hunter. Like, Pilly is a great, great, great Dream Witch. And then he's a great Mad Eye. So I was like, okay, we want Pilly. So it's whenever we need something specifically is like, okay, now that we can look at you and if you work, we can get you. And, the only difficult part is that we can't really just say our need. Like, we can't say, oh, we need a feaster name, or we need a top one geisha. We can't really say that. More, it's just we'll internally look. If we need the top one geisha, then we'll just go to the geisha leaderboard to look. But we can't really make that post like that. But that is really specific about our recruitment.
Like, because public tryouts are, like you said, like Alien said, you can't really go, because it's very rarely that we need a specific character. It's more someone who can play that character and have a general skill set, like a general skill set. We know with Pilly's a high IQ hunter. Pilly is not, a chase hunter specialist, but we know he's a very, very, very smart hunter, and he can play a lot of characters. And one thing I like about Pilly is he improves extremely fast. Whenever we ask him to work on a character, he can get it from getting 4-mans to getting 4-mans in a matter of, less than a week. So, that's with Pilly and a high IQ hunter. All for One, we know we need him for, and he fit it's kind of a player profile. We kind of seek out for people who fit a specific player profile. And as much as I'd love to do, public announcements and tryouts, that's a lot more work, and it doesn't tend to really yield as much. I've always been someone who I like to go kind of grassroots recruiting. I like to, kind of just message someone myself and then ask, hey.
If they fit the personality of the team too,
Yeah.
That's really important. We've had players before, it's like, they're really good players, and it really wasn't their skill or anything like that. It's just, maybe their communication isn't where we need to be, or it's just not working for both of us, so it's better to part ways. So it's very fitting personality too, knowing that they'll fit us, and be fun to hang around with. Pilly, we didn't know much about him, but he's the funniest person on the team, and he never even uses his mic. So
yeah, we don't even know what his voice is like.
Our whole thing, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. If we win COA 5, we will get to hear Pilly's voice.
Yeah, we have to wait until COA 5.
Question mark.
Yeah, so I think that
Pilly.
there's Pilly.
Bot.
That's not what
Yeah,
I'm
sometimes I've heard his voice.
What?
Wait, you've heard his voice?
Yeah, I've known him longer than you
Okay,
guys.
that's fair. I mean,
Has Cut heard his voice?
He messaged me on WeChat.
Pilly said no. And then
Yeah.
Cut said yes, but then Cut won't actually say what his voice sounds like.
No.
So yeah, I think that
Daku.
basically
So then
answers.
speaking of Daku,
Yes.
for example, Daku is someone that is an interesting case of he hung out in the server a lot. He was a close friend of ours, and then we saw a lot of talent and potential in him. And even though we know he's younger, and we know that he's someone that if in a time we can actually go back to him and ask him, hey, we need you to do this, and he fits the personality very well. Every team, I know it may be a little bit harder to see it from the outside, but as someone who's really true, I'm familiar with all the teams here. Every team is has a very distinguished the team personality is very distinct within between Legacy to Prodigy to B4U to even teams like PXS. the overall vibe of each team is different. So it's really, you've got to find someone that fits with the team's vibe.
Yeah,
Because some really talented players, like, you know, on Legacy, they probably wouldn't fit in well on Prodigy or B4U, and then it kind of goes likewise. So it's really, you know, the personality aspect is a lot more important than you might think it is, because we're not just here to win, we're here to win and have fun.
Yeah, so I think that kind of, like, answers the question, like, if we would turn down a very good player if they can't connect with the team. Like,
Yeah, most
we
likely.
would.
Especially on the Survivor front.
Yeah.
Because Survivor is really important for chemistry.
Yeah.
And so far, all of our hunters, actually, they fit the chemistry very well. But, again, you know, yeah.
You have to like each other as survivors. You have to like playing with each other, talking with each other, you know. So that actually helps you become a better team and become better survivors. We play a lot of games for each other, etc. You know, so if you have a player that's really good, but he just doesn't fit, or like everyone doesn't get along, then you just can't have that player on your survivor team.
Will the stream stay up after it's over? Don't worry.
Pretty good.
And
it's on Wynn's channel.
yeah.
Oh, God.
I thought you just said, "Where's the shrimp?" And I was like, what is shrimp?
How would we
Down the hall
describe?
and to the left.
How would we describe the different teams' personalities? I don't know.
So, the team overall, we're very bubbly. I'll say that. We're very bubbly, I would say. Everyone's really energetic, usually to an extent. Not everyone's really energetic, but overall, the team is kind of an average of more energetic personalities, very kind of... Wynn can probably describe it better than I can. Because Wynn gets to yell at all of us, so...
I don't know. I mean, like, it's just, like, everyone's fun, and, like, it's just, like, as you get to know everyone, like, I mean, like, Funby is, like, you know, like, at first she comes off as this, like, kind of, like, reserved, like, cute person and everything, and, like, it's not like she's not cute, like, she's adorable and everything, but, like, there's definitely moments that you just, like, you're like, I never expected this from this person, since it just seems so out of character. In a way,
Cough.
I won't say any specifics.
I know what we're referencing.
There's a few different things. I won't. There's a few different things.
Speaking of that, we gotta play some Cards Against Humanity sometime.
Anyways,
continue.
No, I just never hit it. You guys never asked me, so that's why.
Wait, what?
You guys never asked me.
For
Like,
what?
it's not like I've been hiding.
well, yeah, it's not like you don't hide
No one's
anything.
hiding,
It's just like
the way-
you sometimes
it's
just
similar to
say
dreaming,
something
where,
and
like,
it's so
it just comes
unexpected.
out.
Yeah.
I still remember those cursed cards you picked for me.
Yeah. Well, did you even know what they meant, by the way? Don't say what they were, but do you even know what they meant?
Some of them.
So,
At least the trap one.
You did. Oh, that just makes it worse. Continue. I thought it was okay. Continue. Okay, I think that. Okay, Wynn, go down the list.
Yeah, I mean, for like, I guess I'll just start with the people in the VC. I mean, like, Daku Daku's always been like a really fun person. Like,
Daku's a teddy bear.
when Daku has fun, everyone has fun. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, everyone who's seen, like, that video of Persuadable gifting him Monokuma is just like, this is the purest thing I've ever seen. Like, Daku's a fun person to talk to, like, he'll play, like, any games with you, he's fun to chat with, he's just, you know, a great person.
He's Daku.
Yeah, he's Daku. Pilly is silent. Pilly. Yeah, like, it's so hard to describe anyone as, like, anything but, like, their name.
When you're describing Pilly, you're just describing Katie Bot.
Yeah, like, he's the type of person that you're just, like, you imagine that one day you're gonna meet him at, like, COA or something, and you're gonna meet him in person for the first time, and he's gonna open his mouth, and all you hear is KD Bot. That's what Pilly is. But yeah, he's a fun... Like, Pilly's a
Oh
fun
my
person.
gosh,
He's always
that
like,
guy.
Pilly's
Yeah.
always here to
Hey,
like, you
we're on
know,
stream, by the way, so
chat and stuff like
Oh.
that.
yeah.
Guys.
Hello, you can, we're currently trying to describe what the personalities were. So
Alright.
Tilly's one of those people that like he'll catch you off guard because he seems so reserved, but then he's also just so funny at the same time when you actually talk to him.
Yeah.
Hey.
And also, like, I've ranked with Pilly before.
I can't think of a
And, like, see, the thing is, like, I've seen Pilly be, like, a god with Survivor, and then I've played rank with him and saw him just get...
Wait till you get me and Pilly in your matches, dude. We're actually amazing. His entomologist and my forward. I'm not even kidding when I say that.
Dude, look.
We are unstoppable. Continue.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Cut just joined the VC. Cut's an interesting person swearing on my stream when I'm telling him not to.
I'm not like that guy, I swear.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
swear, don't you?
I talked
swear
about
I'm not like that.
Fumby.
You sure do swear.
Green is in the VC, but he's deafened right now. But I mean, Green, like,
Green's
didn't-
very chill.
yeah, he's a really chill person. I didn't know him very well before, like, joining the team. Like, I'd met him before. The first time I played with him, I got terror shocked by a clown in rank. That was great. First impressions, am I right? But yeah, I mean, like, Green's a really chill person. He's really relaxed. He's fun to play with, like, whether you're playing the game or you're playing something else, like, yeah.
The recurring theme is fun.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think everyone's fun on this
fun
team.
to be with.
Mayhem, I mean, like, May I've known for a pretty long time now.
Trust me, guys.
I'm willing to say I'm the most chaotic person on the team.
I've known May for a while now. I mean, we met because we have, like, really similar experiences and interests and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, man, our experiences are, that wish they were, we
I'm
but,
just like, wait. You too? Huh?
oh,
It's like how we met, dude. It's like,
talk with me, you're gonna run up into a topic that sounds like sex.
says you.
anyway.
I'm not taking. I'll take it from Pilly. I'll take it from Funville. I'll even take it from Wind. I am not taking it from you, Doctor. You can be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, like, May's been, like, one of my best friends, like, especially in the game and stuff for this time, so, like, and he's, like, probably the #1 reason I'm even here on this team. Alien.
It's lazy.
Alien.
You can't even open your mouth. You
So
can't.
funny.
Alien?
Oh, wow.
I've definitely mentioned this a lot of times, but Mayhem is, I mean, not Mayhem, Alien I met for the first time in rank when I was ranking up Survivor. It was like probably my first season hitting champion, and Alien was playing Survivor too, and he was just one of the randoms that I got.
Who's Mike is that?
And Alien, I'm gonna get carried, you know? He's like, because a
That's
lot of the
how
time,
he-
like, good
that's how
hunters
he
are also
sees
good
himself.
survivors. And then, yeah, that's how he sees himself. But then he gets terror shocked in 20 seconds to a friggin' geisha. And then, like, I played with him. No, Alien. I played with him I played with him yesterday, a full session, and he got terror shocked 2 times in one
Yeah,
session.
And I got to rank with Pilly, and we were banning Feaster and getting dubs.
So yeah, that's
Dude,
Alien's really,
Alien's a very kind, very intelligent person.
yeah, but he's lazy.
It's funny because when Alien's motivated for something, you're the hardest worker I've ever seen. Whenever you're not, you're literally the laziest person. I could literally have $100 bill and wiggle it 10 feet from you. And if you're watching Sorta Online, you're not moving. You're finishing that episode of Sorta Online.
Yeah, he's just like,
I mean, Alien's voice sounds lazy.
I know.
That's my personality.
yeah, you're not wrong. sounds lazy. He is lazy. Like, dude, like, it's so hard to convince him to do anything. Like, I had to harass him so much for him to just give me my shout out to the point where it was like, alright, if you don't give it to me by this day, like, I'm gonna play Hunter rank on your new account and you're gonna lose that 100% win rate. And then he finally made it. You need to threaten Alien to get him to do something.
I mean, I've been waiting for some videos for him for at least a year and a half. Like, I've given up.
Alright, that's the people in call. Dreaming, I didn't know very well before I joined the team at all. Like, a lot of the people on the team I knew before I joined. Dreaming, I didn't know at all, much like the rest of the team didn't know her,
I think no one knew Dreaming.
Yeah, no one knew Dreaming, but, like...
Ashley Wynn? You knew her?
Okay, actually, no, wait, alright, okay, I actually did know her.
Yeah.
Or, like, more than anyone else, because I didn't realize until way later after I joined the team, but it turns out that Dreaming is someone that commented on one of my random omelet streams, like, back when I was a mammoth or something, and we ended up, like, playing, like, some quick match or something together.
Very fitting.
So...
Dreaming is a living quick match.
Quick match lover.
She's addicted to quick match.
She just plays quick match.
No, she's just an IDV addict.
Yeah.
That's what she is. But she's a Dreaming's very bubbly. She's very, like, very cutesy and energetic.
Yeah.
She's a very fun person.
She's a really fun person. Like,
I think everyone on this team Alien fits fun, not even just like in the server.
Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't know her very well, but like as soon as I
Dreaming, we're talking about you. Dreaming, we're talking about you right now. Yes, we're talking about you.
Yeah, we were like, we have to kick you from the team.
But yeah, like basically.
Being kicked off. LMAO.
No, you're staying. You're held hostage. You can't leave. You're
like,
stuck with us.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Dreaming, like, as soon as I started actually interacting with her, she was like a really fun person. I mean, she's one of the nicest people I've ever met. She's a great person. I think everyone loves Dreaming a lot and has fun with her on the team.
And she also speaks keyboard spam. Like, that's like her, like, that's how she talks and how she types. It's like, I've never seen someone physically, like, pronounce, like, KJFKML for, like, question mark. Like, that's like how she speaks. I don't know how she does it, but she does it.
She capitalize everything when she type.
Yes.
Hey.
And then, alright, so Miri's like the person that everyone clowns on and like ends up pulling all the pranks on.
She's like the mom. She's the mom.
But Miri's really
You do not
LMAO.
Miri's a really nice person though. I'm the one that has to side with Miri and defend her when like
Him, I'm not letting you go mad eyes. You're gonna get 4 mad.
yeah, cause you are.
You are not better than Alien. You are not hunting. No.
But yeah, like I have to like.
I'll stop for now.
I'm the one that has to defend her from Alien in May, but sometimes I join in and clown on her as well.
Always ruin my prank.
I literally like it.
No, Win is literally like, dude, if it was a cartoon, like me and Alien would be like Scooby-Doo Boogeyman, and if Win's like the mystery game, like you're like stopping me from like I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for that meddling manager.
So yeah, I think, and then All For One just joined the team.
So we have a lot to see, but so far everything's been really pleasant interacting with him. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I've talked to him before, and like
he's been very helpful and very funny.
Yeah, we've been getting along so far, so we're just gonna see how things go. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason,
for some reason, Jokey has like all the permissions. We don't know why or who gave them to him.
You are the one that gave them to him.
I did not.
We could take them
I
away.
did.
We could
Dude,
take them away.
I don't know. I feel like Jokey just like hacked the server. Dude, Jokey's a troll.
Bruh,
very...
Cut, you should just surrender. You're lagging so bad.
I'm lagging, bro. I hate this game.
That's why I told you to
Cut,
surrender.
You should learn Feaster like me, dude. My Feaster...
I do learn Feaster. I do actually play Feaster.
Cut,
But I'm
watch my
lagging.
stream. I literally won... I won every game except for one tie as Feaster.
Hey guys,
And
what
I'm
about
off.
me? You should talk about me too.
Okay, win.
No,
You're
I'm
talking
kidding.
Yeah, talk about winning.
Alright, so
Don't.
Wynn's pretty awesome, I gotta say. Wynn is like, she's kind of like where Daku was, where she was a friend of the team, of like the players, and she hung out, and eventually we realized, like, hey, I feel like I got a manager, so I was like, let's just include her on the team and call her a manager. And it turns out, she actually does a lot. She does a lot for this team. She makes a lot of sacrifice. And regarding that Wynn's personality, she's very sweet and very mature, and she keeps a really good eye on everyone, and just make sure everything runs smoothly. Even though me and Alien and Miri we're kind of like the primary shareholders of the team, Wynn advises a lot of our decisions and provides a lot of valuable input, especially against all of us. We're very similar in certain ways, but we're also very different. And Wynn's a great kind of medium for us to talk through sometimes about certain things, and provides a lot of good insight. Very sweet, very mature, very caring, and she's funny. She's a great music, and much to Alien, gonna go ahead and veto that statement. I agree. Okay, I'm gonna get into you. I'll continue.
Thank you to May and only May.
Yeah, at you.
Yeah. Because you deserve it.
And you.
And at me, I can't lie.
Yeah.
And she always disconnects me whenever I make any joke. That is...
Not any joke.
Tolerant, man.
But yeah, Wind is very awesome. And does a lot. Okay, who are we missing?
So Jay, I mean,
Graveyard.
Jay's
so
like...
Graveyard. So Graveyard's an amazing... Okay, so one thing is, Jokey and Jay are kind of friends of the server, which they hang out with us a lot.
Yeah, they're not officially on the
members
team
of
or anything.
Legacy, but
They're just
members
there.
Of, the more private aspect of the server, so they hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You lost it.
Jay isn't around a whole lot, but when she is, she's always fun. She's always funny.
Yeah, she's always really
She's
sweet.
in tandem with Dreaming, with the sense of humor and the whole capitalizations. And there's actually been some times where I've reached out to Jay about some kind of personal topics, and she's been really good at just kind of talking with me and giving some good, giving me good advice on some, on some questions.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of, again, everyone here I really respect and love being around. So.
This stream has lasted
Are
a
we missing
lot
any players?
longer than I thought it
I don't
was.
think we are.
Can I join?
Did you guys talk about me?
Yes, we did.
Alright, time for you guys to 1v1
I don't
Daku's
think Cut
Percy.
got justice, because most of it was pretty much about him swearing on stream. So,
Dude, I'm not that bad, I swear to God.
so Cut's very funny. Very fun, very funny.
Saying Bros classic.
Yeah, always say, bro. No, I say that.
Wind is right, Alien is the random.
Cut can be very vocal, and it's really funny because we'll always, every time we ever watch Cut, if you're ever watching a practice, you're watching a stream, anytime you see him make a mistake, in my head I can already hear Cut's very unique scream.
I swear to God, I'm not like that every time.
You're like that every time, but it's a good thing. You're very vocal. You're very funny. You're very independent. You do kind of what you want, and I respect it. Sometimes I wish you were a little bit less independent and listened a little bit more. But I love you for who you are, dude. So
I'm sorry, I did not escape a communist country for people to take away my right and independence.
This stream has gone on for a lot longer than I thought it would, so...
yeah. So, I mean, whatever. So, actually, one thing
Well, I'll do, like, a little bit more, but...
Listen to me,
I'm gonna
sometime
be
this
ending
week,
this soon.
we should have, like, a community day or play some games. However, listen to me. I'm objecting to Alien streaming it because Alien is the laziest piece of shit I've ever seen. Pardon my French. Alien, I am not letting you stream anything because I know very well it will not happen.
Okay,
Someone
that
else
works
is
for
gonna
me
have to
too.
stream it.
No, it does. That's why I said it. So, Wind, I
Get out! Chase someone else! Chase someone else! Chase someone else! I tell you what Alien is. Okay? I'll tell you what Alien is. Pink! No! Why are you hitting me?
I
Jake
really
Alien.
hope I really hope
You're
one
so
day
mean.
I really hope one day, Alien, I face you in rank and you have like an abnormal,
Like,
like you lag or something. I get a quick kill on you as Feaster and I can just hold it over you forever. Even if like I was lagging and I'm like, I don't care, dude. It's like a 20-second kite to my Feaster.
Wait, guys. They asked when are we recruiting Psyche? I mean, we already did.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Who asked that? I don't think any. Wait, did someone actually ask?
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone asked that.
Okay, so as for that, Psyche was. I'll actually answer that. And like Psyche is one of the original members of Legacy, and he's a very good player. Do not get me wrong, but like I said, we have a certain, like I said, the team has a certain vibe, a certain personality, and just unfortunately, while Psyche's a really good player, he just didn't fit kind of the overall flow of the team and the direction we wanted. And we kind of had disagreement in some of the direction of the team.
You got the same.
Oh my
thoughts.
god.
You knew who
Yeah, so it wasn't just us, like, it wasn't us, like, just directly, like, we did officially remove him, but it wasn't, like, a one-sided thing. Psyche and us both kind of recognize that we need to go different directions, and how we are as players and our direction is different.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So-
he's a really good player. Just, like I said, it doesn't make sense for this team.
And I mean, on the right team, Psyche will be a great fit. It's just, unfortunately, we didn't get to see him play this weekend. I would have loved for him. I would have loved to see Psyche come out and play for LBM, but unfortunately, I actually would have loved to see LBM play as a whole. But unfortunately, he wasn't on the roster for some reason, and they got disqualified because of one member not attending.
Fumby?
It happens.
Fumby?
No, I'm switching the settings.
Oh, okay.
I just changed my thing earlier, and then I forgot that I had a different settings for Dreamwish when I played her.
Okay, actually, you should ask this. Wait, how many people are watching the stream?
90.
90.
Actually,
Okay.
a lot. Why are there this
What
many
the-
people
I
watching
thought
Wind
it was Wind.
stream?
I didn't even realize. I thought it was gonna be something like Wind getting like I thought we were talking like 15 viewers. And it was just like 3 people asking the same question.
Okay, well, I thought so
I
too.
haven't looked at the stream. Okay, actually, I have a genuine question for the stream. Are there any group games that you would like to see us play, or anything you'd like to see us as a team? And any suggestion of how to kind of interact with the community more, what you'd like to see from us community wise and as a team content wise, even a bit outside of IDV. Because spoiler.
You guys recruiting Sprints.
Also, real quick, the reason Mary...
I think Spencer's very happy with B4U and he
Probably
fits very
not
well.
Cards of Humanity.
Yeah, as much as I would love to stream Cards Against Humanity, it's one of those games that you cannot play in public simply due to how it can get and the nature of the game. Things will happen that will make us seem we will seem a lot like a lot worse people than we actually are simply to the nature of the game. So unfortunately, I will not publicly play Cards Against Humanity.
Real quick to answer.
Roblox and Minecraft.
Wait, okay.
We played Minecraft together before, not on stream. Maybe we can bring that back. Cut, you still owe me $7.
What?
Because you told me to buy the damn realm and then you didn't even play on it.
I can't get in. That's the reason.
Oh, wait.
Wait. Okay, I just want to answer a question real quick. The reason Miri is not here at the moment is because she is asleep. She's the only person with a significantly different time zone than the rest of us. So
Yeah.
Nah, guys, she's just lazy. She's lazy.
she lives
No.
across the world.
She's not lazy like
She
Alien.
lives in Romania.
Yeah, she lives.
Everyone else on Legacy is a member of the United States and Canada. Of course, we'll have slightly varying time zones, but overall, we fit in the same block. Unfortunately,
She's around 8 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
Ahead of like me and Mayhem. She's around 8 hours ahead of us. So you can imagine it's like
Yes.
Right. Oh,
Alright,
shit,
so-
I
It's
gotta
like
go.
over midnight for right
Some
now,
of the
so
suggestions have been Minecraft, Phasmophobia,
Minecraft,
Club
guys.
Penguin, Animal Crossing, Among Us.
Roblox.
Roblox.
I'm down. I need to get a Roblox account. I'm down to play Roblox,
For the
Alien.
rest,
I don't know what Gartic phone is.
That's fully fun.
I would
Carrot
actually
Street.
like to
Someone
play.
go forward.
Wait,
Someone
actually,
go
I have a
forward.
question. Can I run Phasmophobia on like just an okay computer? Like, do I need like a specialized like gaming computer for that?
Do you
Because
guys
if
know what it is?
for because I'm really willing to play Phasmophobia. Or something if I want to. I will get it.
Dead by Daylight.
Oh, I play Dead by Daylight, but I'm awful. I play on low graphics. I do it once every 4 months.
I
To
just
show up
don't
and get
even-
teabagged on.
I
And then
don't
I get
even-
mad and I rage quit the game.
I don't know what Gartic is that.
Oh, Dead by Daylight Mobile. It's kind of broken. It's just there's a lot of bugs on it, but I mean some people.
The
like
graphics suck and the controls suck.
Pop
The
Tropica.
controls suck. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have it on computer.
No one in Legacy knows what Buckeye
The
Impact is.
controls are just bad.
Who's the Canadian? Funvi lives in Canada, and if I'm not wrong, Pilly as well, right?
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Hilly and Funby are Canadian. Everyone else is from the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else lives in the United States other than Miri, who's in Romania.
She's in Romania.
Guys, my thing is.
Now, how was the team formed? The team creators is me, Mayhem, and Miri. We had the idea, we formed it. We wanted to make Legacy because we made Legacy. We had another Legacy, but it didn't go well. But
Yeah,
we're all Legacy 2.
I fell away!
Bigger
We made-
success than
Yeah.
Legacy 1.
we all
And then,
matured. We matured as people and players, and then
Yeah, whoa, never mind.
that was
What the
the
heck?
big
What did
thing.
you
Is
find?
that one thing that you do mature a lot. So me maturing. I mean, when me and Alien met, he was 15, I was 16. Now we're 18 and 19. You know, so coming back into this, we'd all worked together before, and you know, Alien, you can kind of just tell your side of it, and mine was kind of I'd quit this game, and then I hadn't really talked with Alien much, but we kind of reconnected because we reconnected after COA 3 a bit. We started talking more, and we kind of got our old friendship spark back, and then I was asked to basically coach a team for some small tournament. I told Alien we need a hunter, and he was like, "Who's your lineup?" And I told him, "Oh, that's not bad. Hey, can I play?" So both of us pretty much came out of like competitive retirement. And then after that team, I think Alien moved on to another team. I just kind of hung out and looked off. Before the summer tournament, we both talked about what we wanted, and then Miri came on board as well, and then Miri really kind of made some really good pickups to the lineup.
Oh my god, I'm so
far, like
lacking,
Alien
bro.
said, we've had a lot of success. Like in terms of competitive success, I say this team's probably the best like I've ever had. And then in terms of like actual having fun, it's exceeded anything I could have imagined. And then like fan wise, I never imagined like the amount of support we got on Saturday, and even before Saturday and after Saturday, it was insane.
Put down.
So yeah.
What?
I think Green and Fun V are the only original members of Legacy.
Yeah.
That
Originally we just had Alien, and we had one Hunter Alien, and we had 4 survivors, right?
We had
Well, no, we had 5. We had 5.
Green, Fun V,
Miri. Miri's an original
are the
survivor.
last players.
Yeah.
Miri's the original players. And then we added a little bit later, then we added Dreaming, we added Pilly, we added Daku, we just added all for one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're planning on adding Jokey to be our new first round bonbon.
Never.
Because Alien can't kite him, and Alien's apparently a god survivor.
Yeah, I mean, if I can play serve, then fine.
Jokey
You're never
It's like-
playing serve.
Dude, that team's never like our team's never gonna win again if it's you on Survivor and Jokey on Hunter.
And me on entomologist.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
I made
god,
that
I
scene.
hate this.
Oh, Russ,
are there
I
any?
like,
Wait,
I
let me
like
know
that.
if there's any other questions. I'm going on a little.
My thing is 940, bro.
I'm not even, like, I'm barely even close to 1,000, so I don't know. Not a question for
Shout
right
me
now.
out. I want to hit 1,000 subs too.
Wait, I have a question. When?
That's-
Like, where did you get shouted out or something for the stream? Like,
This? No.
yeah, like where did you announce the stream at?
I posted it on Twitter and on, in the legacy videos of your...
Dang.
90 people came, bro. That is lit.
You tagged everyone in Alien server at the start.
I didn't tag everyone.
15 subscribers, smile face.
I didn't tag
Just don't
everyone.
Post.
I just put it in legacy videos and then shouted myself
Understandable.
out on Twitter.
So are there any other questions like
Oh my gosh, I'm blind.
Do you guys meet up in real life or hold events together or something? We haven't, like, been together as a team for long enough for that,
Bro,
I think.
the moment I got up, my
but-
thing is 500. What
So-
the hell?
We would
So, yeah,
definitely
something
like to
we
do it.
Definitely are planning to do.
Yeah.
something
The biggest issue is Miri lives super far away, and also I can't say the one.
we can't say
Maybe
everyone's
get demonetized, but the pandemic.
Yeah.
So those two things make
Yeah, you almost said it. You almost said the word that gets.
If you say that word, your video will get demonetized.
Dude, I know.
Good to know.
So basically, yeah. So due to the due to the pandemic, but overall, with a lot of us living, we aren't very. Me and Alien are relatively close, and I'm also relatively close to Wind. So us three are kind of in a highway of
Also because okay, May and I have been planning to meet up like exactly in the middle of where we live to make a video of us trashing Alien's win rate with like what like each of us playing with one hand and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be great. And Alien, I'm telling you, dude, if you lose another bet, that's going to happen.
Oh no, it's already going to happen.
Yeah, there's.
Guys, they want us to meet up with Smitty.
I'm new to being a fan of Legacy. If I wanted to draw fan art,
so far,
how
in
would...
terms of players, it's really only people that like on Legacy would meet. So again, like Alien said, COA 5, we're going for it. As a team, if we can all play at COA 5, then yeah, we'll definitely meet up there. And then in terms of us meeting up outside of that, like Wayne said, me and her have planned, and anything else, it's not impossible. It's just not really been discussed due to the fact the pandemic is going on.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So I'd rather meet up with people and have a really fun time than rush it, and all of us just sit in the middle of nowhere with masks and not really 6 feet apart. We can't really do anything because we.
No, just think like the Republicans. Really.
Shut up! Cut! This is what we mean. Cut! Cut!
Okay, let's win.
So another question was, first of all, so the question I was reading is, like, I'm a new fan of Legacy. If I wanted to draw fan art, how do you guys like to be drawn? Your main survivors or survivors/hunters? Like, honestly, we appreciate anything that, like, people do for us. You can really draw whatever you like.
If you drew a stick figure with, like, if you literally drew me a stick figure with just the word mayhem below it, it would make my day, and I would just be happy.
Me too, honestly.
Mayhem.
How old?
So, we'll keep some people private, so really... Everyone, I think...
it's a big age range, to be fair.
It's a big age range.
Daku at the youngest, and then...
Daku is the youngest by a decent amount.
He's the oldest?
Miri's a little bit older than me.
Don't count Jokey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but Jokey's like the team troll, dude. He's like, it's like, imagine if we were like the mystery gang. Jokey's like Scrappy Doo. Like, you just see him around. Jokey is the Scrappy Doo of our team. So... I guess if you technically count Jokey, then yeah, Jokey would be oldest. But as for the main team, Miri's oldest, and then after that, it's pretty compact of like me. I think Wynn's like a year older than me, right?
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
I'm like I'm a few months younger than Miri. So we're we're the same age.
And
then it's like
Fundy's older than me, right?
You're all about the same age.
Yeah,
like
me,
20
Fun,
days apart.
Yeah, me, Fundy, and Green are pretty much like in the same age. Like we're all the same age, just like a few, like
the same month apart.
The
same month.
Yeah, we're on like the same month, so it's just days apart. Me, Green, Fundy. You're younger than me.
Yeah, I'm like a year younger than you.
Alien's
I'm
like
11. I'm 11 months. So yeah, I'm like.
Alien's like 11 months younger than me.
Yeah.
And then. Oh, and then I forget what All For One. So All For One also be kind of older.
I think he's about a month older than me, if I'm not wrong.
So yeah, you kind of have your older block, which is like All For One, Wind, Miri. You have your like 19-year-old block, which is like me, Green, Fun V. You have kind of, I think it's like 18-year-olds that'd be more like Cut, Alien, right?
Yeah, me and Cut, and then
Dreaming.
And then Dreaming, yeah. So there's that.
So like me, Cut, Dreaming are like the youngest. Like all those players are like the youngest, and then you can
and then
like
Pilly are the youngest.
Pilly is 5 years old.
Yeah, Pilly's 5 years old apparently. So
and Daku's 4.
Okay, I said this a while ago, but at this point, I really do have to like end the stream because I need to go make dinner. So.
Alright. Hey, I had fun. Look, we'll try to get some stuff out. We'll try to be more active community-wise, in the coming days probably. So.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that, and thank y'all so much.
Yeah, if you guys want like a stream like this again to just talk and like answer questions, we can do that. I didn't expect this to go so long. I didn't expect so many people to join or anything. So
yeah, and if you have any questions, especially like just for me that you can ask on stream, you can shoot me a message over Discord. I have like a high staff role on Alien server, so I have like the highest staff on Alien server, so it should be easier to find that. I don't feel like saying my tag on stream.
Yeah, but
if you know the numbers. So
alright. But yeah, that's about it.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you everyone. See you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.